Aye. Any opposed? So the motion carries. Thank you. Approval of the minutes.
I move that the minutes be approved.
Okay, now what do? There was an error, I think.
If there are errors or omissions, please just state how you would like them reflected in the record. State how you would like the item reflected, and we will update before publishing the final version.
Under Literary Subcommittee, you have it moved to March 8th, but in your report you have March 1st.
Yes, March 8th is the correct one.
It's correct. So it's correct in the menu in the minutes, and then
Because I submitted the report before we found out we needed to move it.
whatever.
Yeah,
As long as it's right in the minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
it is correct.
Okay. So now I'm sorry. So it's been motioned and seconded to approve the minutes as submitted. All in favor? Aye.
And do I have to abstain because I wasn't here?
You do not have to abstain if you've reviewed the minutes and trust that they are correct.
I was present online. I listened to it, so it looked correct to me. So I'll just say aye with everyone else. Okay.
You're welcome to do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Then it's passed. Thank you. Okay. Is there any public comment or anybody to speak? Or?
We received no electronic public comment, and no members of the public are present.
Thank you. Administrative items. Samantha?
Yes, so thank you. Before you this afternoon is the draft budget for 2026-27, and I included that in your packet after meeting with the subcommittees or subcommittee chairs to discuss future plans for the new two-year budget cycle. And so this budget cycle would begin July 1st of this year and would go through June 30th of 2028. So it is a two-year budget cycle. And based on the information I collected in each of those meetings, I prepared this draft budget for you to take a look at and make sure that everything looks correct. And if we wanted to discuss changes or anything that I may have entered incorrectly, this is a great time to do that. And we can kind of walk through each category and then in brief, and then I'm happy to answer any questions or otherwise make updates. And then when you vote, this is a voting item. When the commission votes to approve the budget, the next step is it moves forward in the process to the town council for consideration.
I'll explain.
So starting at the top, we have the admin general. So we have the Colorado Sculpture Conference we budget for, the retreat, and then any other miscellaneous travel or training. So if you sign up for some sort of consortium or local meeting or something like that, we would come out of that budget. And then we do budget for it every year if a commissioner, typically the chair or Rhonda Scher, would go to Colorado for the Outdoor Sculpture Conference. So any questions on that area? Okay.
One brief question. For Good Day Sacramento?
Yeah, so I'll get to that.
It's split up?
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah, so next. Yes. So next one is marketing, and I'll go over that. So we have a general marketing, and so this is something that's grown this year, working with the marketing committee. So it's not technically something that's attributed to a specific program. It's more general in nature. And so, yes, some of that is split up amongst programming based on our conversation. So some general writer support. So if we hired someone to do a story or some sort of press release, and then general graphic design. Good Day Sacramento is new this year, so we're going to be working on that. That really was spearheaded through Noel, and they'll be coming here to film in April. And we are talking in general about Yountville Arts, and then also the Art Walk, and then also Art Sip and Stroll. And so that budget is split in three. So hopefully that answers your question. 6557 Magazine is a general article once a year. Visit Napa Valley magazine is new.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. Just for one general article every year. The rest of it's split between gallery and Art Sip and Stroll. So 3 articles a year. Yes.
So 1,800 is added to those
Yes.
budgets, including this one for
Yes.
general.
So in total, 6557 is our same agreement of 3, but I've split it into the appropriate categories.
Okay.
Yes. VNV Magazine is Visit Napa Valley Magazine, so we had a really great meeting with them recently, and they produce a once-a-year magazine that you see in the visitor centers and throughout the valley, and so they shared information on a half-page ad in one of those, and so we are budgeting to potentially have Yountville Arts represented in that. We had a great meeting, which we'll talk about later, but looking at ways to enhance Yountville Arts and the arts specifically through Visit Napa Valley, and this was one of the ways. We also have agreed with Open Studios to come on as a marketing partner with them for Open Studios Napa Valley, and that's at $1,000 level, so we'd be included in all of their marketing materials for the September event, and also partner with some specific events and pop-ups that'll happen at the community center throughout the year, so that's part of that. And then Wine Country this month would be another printed advertisement that would be general. Rhonda's showing that now. So that's another, the marketing subcommittee has been very busy coming up with great ways to, elevate Yountville Arts in the valley and really regionally. So I think, and as we go on, if you notice that something looks off as we talk about the ones I split, then we can talk about that. So Performing Arts and Other, we discussed One Legacy Roundtable, continuing with the Scarecrow Harvest Contest in Decor, the Mardi Gras Parade, and the movie in the park. And so those are all included there.
Sam, the one
Yes.
thing I didn't see was the Dancing Under the Stars event that we have pegged for Friday, October 2nd.
Okay. I'll go back and look at my notes. I know I had it written down, so I'll include that. And then I'll run it by you
Okay.
before I finalize that.
Okay.
I think it was fairly minimal. There was a little bit of staff time, and then I think because you had a volunteer DJ, correct?
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Oh, he's looking.
Or under Performing Arts and Other.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Another 1,000 would be fine.
if it shows up, if it shows, okay, you're talking the end of the year, you're talking the next
October.
fiscal year.
Yeah.
So we're not using it this year, but it still goes on this year's budget, or no? How do you get it to the 3% increase part if it's not there?
Oh, for 2027, 28? I didn't even include that. That was going to be at the end. I'll tell you about my increase. But what she's talking about in October of 2026 would be in here, because this would start July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's less than $1,000 for the Dancing Under the Stars, but
Okay.
I'll get that back in
And
there.
then, Sam, did you say that the budget for the summer concert series, that falls?
In Parks and
Comes out
Recreation.
of Park and Rec. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for catching that. Next up is the Art Walk, and so we're budgeting for 6 sculptures to be rotated with the potential of 6 shipping delivery reimbursements. Not every artist takes that, but we want to have the budget available. 6 Art Walk plaques, that cost continues to go up, but that's okay. We plan for equipment rental and contract services in the event we need support that's outside of town staff for installation, and then any other supplies that we might need. So if occasionally we need a new metal something or other that things attached to, so I budget some money there. And then under the marketing would include the one $1,800 advertisement, and then the $3,000 is about what we've been spending every year on the Art Walk map printing.
What is the advertisement?
We have a 65. Do we have a 6557 on the Art Walk? Yeah,
In the art one?
57?
I believe so.
Fine. It's
I
just
think we had a
long as-
general, an art sip and stroll, and a gallery. So never mind, I'm wrong on that. 4,800 is what we spend on graphic design and the map. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
Monthly maintenance costs are the contract we have now with the group that cleans the sculptures every month. And then I'm budgeting $5,000 a year for Chaos Pamplona, which we just, through Rhonda, found a great new company to come in and do annual maintenance and then also fix some of our other sculptures. Is my understanding that we will continue to receive $10,000 a year in Yountville TID funding. They do an annual budget approval process, but having sat in those from last year, that they have said verbally that would be ongoing funding. So I'm including it.
Great.
Under gallery, we are looking at 6 shows and artist receptions. And then we are for the first time budgeting for the Saturday gallery hours. We didn't budget for that last year. We absorbed it. And so Caitlin and I feel like we've had, when did we start that? August? No, June. That it's tracking pretty well. I mean, we definitely in the wintertime are seeing a drop off, but that's pretty much town-wide. So as we move through the year, we may discuss, maybe it's 2 weekends a month instead of all 4 or something like that. But it's averaging, it depends on how many private events we have, but the average is about 40 Saturdays a year that we're open. So
40?
It looks like, yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so in our staff appreciate the hours too, so it's working out really well.
Thank them for us.
Yeah.
Please.
And then under marketing, it really is, that would be one of the $1,800 ads, and then banners, and if, we have other opportunities come up. But we haven't been doing a whole lot of paid marketing out of the gallery other than the 6557 from what I can find last year.
Photo finale, but I guess that's a different, okay.
And then under literary, continuing the bookmark story contest, we did continue a small budget for literary events, and that's more of like those opportunistic things that might come up. We didn't use it this year, but that's okay. And Jeffrey felt like there's potential maybe in the future if something comes up. And then continuing with Yountville Out Loud as well. We do have a little bit of revenue that we show for bookmark stories because we receive a sponsorship from the Friends of the Yountville Library. And then if we did charge for a literary event, there's, could be a little bit of money there. So that's a fairly small budget. Art Sip and Stroll, no huge changes there. We are budgeting a little bit more for marketing than we have in the past because we are now hiring the photographer, which I think is really beneficial, and or hiring a higher paid photographer, I guess I should say. And then general marketing money, and in that budget is split with some of the things we've been talking about. So the Good Day Sacramento and the 6557. Other changes in there really are attributed to the higher cost of the rentals. So every year tenting and all the rentals increases. And we subsidize what we charge the artists. So if you ever talk to artists at the event or people complain about how much we charge the events, the money that you make from the tickets, tasting packages, and the sponsorships is offsetting their costs. So we try to keep that booth space fee low for them, but it doesn't even cover the tenting and the tables and all of that.
It's about $150 more per, I think. Yeah. So we are supplementing a lot if any artist says anything.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we all agree it's worth it. The event looks very cohesive and neat with everyone, all the tents provided. We do have the booth fee revenue and then the tasting package revenue, and then the TID does continue to fund this at $10,000 as well, which pretty much, offsets most of any of the marketing that we're doing, which is helpful. And so, when you look at the bottom line, we hope to, make a teeny bit of money on Art Sip and Stroll. And then the mustard celebration, I have kept the kickoff event and Find Your Heart under mustard celebration. The kickoff event, when we budgeted the last 2 years, we kind of pied in the sky that, like, we had no idea what we were going to be offering. And so we dropped it down to what I consider more reasonable based on the expenses that we've had. And then when we have a recap meeting about the gallery show and the mustard event, we'll decide if, those want to continue going together or not. And and then Find Your Heart in Yountville as well, the marketing behind that, and then the supplies for the hearts, as well as the cost of any prizes or anything that we give for the big yellow heart. So your total budget expenses, and this doesn't include full-time staff. So when you see this come forward to the town council, it will look different than what I'm showing you here. But in my mind, this is much more digestible for you, because you'll see two big pots of money, and I will share that with you as it moves forward. But this is very much a detailed line item that they don't see. They see big buckets, So on top of the yellow 172,000 expenses, you'll also see part of Caitlin's time. My time is not charged to Yountville Arts, but part of Caitlin is. And then our revenue is just, really under 91,000 is pretty impressive. So those are estimates, of course. But my goal is always to plan for whatever you might need money-wise. And then, I think I said it as a disclaimer in each of our meetings, and if something comes up that's opportunistic that we did not budget for, then we can ask for a budget adjustment. So I feel like this last 2 years was our first experience with the 2-year budget cycle, and I feel like all in all, it went pretty smoothly. There's really no red flags for me where we didn't do something, maybe we did something else, and so tracking that through and benefiting, and, when you said, can we do this? And I said, well, let me see if I can find the money, and generally we were able to flux within what we were already doing. So I really do appreciate all of your hard work and, digging in and thinking about 2 years out, because sometimes that can feel a little daunting. But I think we've been pretty successful with it. So
well, we in return appreciate all of your support, because clearly our budgets have been getting larger.
Yes.
And justifiably so, not just for the fun of it, but as all our programs have been getting bigger and better, we've needed more money in different areas, and you've been right there to support us, Sam. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I think too, the art walk specifically, because I show you in the monthly reports, all that money comes out of that 1% fee fund. And we know that's unstable, and so does the council. And so last year they said, we will subsidize Yountville Arts up to, it was like $90,000. And so the council really has a lot of support for everything that you're doing as well. I don't know what that number is yet this year, because again, it goes back to finance now, and they tell me with all the full-time, the staffing costs and all of that, what that potential subsidy could be, because that fund is still fairly slow growing back at this point. So I don't know from year to year if the money we make through commercial building projects is actually going to keep the fund afloat. But the council is very supportive of making sure that the program continues with general fund money, which is great. So, yeah.
I appreciate these budgets too. I find them very helpful to have a sense of that. But I also appreciate, or especially appreciate, the flexibility too, that if something changes, we can work around and figure out a way to do some of that. So I appreciate both of those things as well.
When does it go in front of the council?
I think it's April is the first time that they'll see the actual numbers, and then in May they'll look at approving it. So what you can look on the website and see, and I can share links with you as well, so you can kind of get an understanding of what the council sees. This line item situation is what I practice in a kind of a morphed way with my team on how do we come up with the 2 years, and it helps you all know what you've planning to do and guiding you. But like I said, the council really just sees these big buckets. So, but I'll definitely share any of that in the agendas as they come forward.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you saying the council approves the new 2-year budget in May?
Yes, so they'll start, I believe there's an introduction, but it's really just like an overview. Is it on tomorrow's agenda? Yeah, and so then there's a lot of work that happens in finance, and then they'll start seeing it in April and give feedback, and then the final approval will be in May. So, yeah, so I'll keep you updated on that. So just as a recap, the only change in what you might entertain to approve tonight or this afternoon, I don't know what time it is up to additional $1,000 under performing arts and other for the Dancing Under the Stars that I neglected to include. So
Who leads TDID, Sam?
So right now, the Yountville TID chair is Robin McKee.
Is it Rob?
Yeah, Vice Mayor. No, not Vice Mayor anymore. Councilmember McKee. Yes. She was newly appointed chair.
Great, thank you.
I'm happy to answer any questions, or you can vote.
Do you need a motion to approve this?
Do we need to?
Yeah.
We do. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I motion we approve the submitted budget.
I second it.
Thank you. Judy? Okay, so all in favor of approving the budget as Sam has included and explained, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Sam. All right. So is anything you want to say on the financial statements, or?
Not much. I included the cover sheet that shows you where you're at, and I did just want to point out, so every quarter I do go through the Public Art Program Fee Fund, and I move any money that's in the deposit account when I can see that a project has a final approval. So right now we do have a ending fund balance as of December of just under 19,000. So what that's showing me is no matter how hard I try to estimate what's going to happen in that fund, I just don't know. But as we know, there's, one large project looming right now, which is the Humboldt, Washington corner there. And even though part of that project is going to be residential, the commercial portion, so they have to split out the commercial valuation, will go into the art fee fund. But for the first time, the developer has said they would like to place art. So it'll be the first time the commission will go through that process. So I'll keep you updated on that.
Have we heard anything more from her?
I just got an email last week from our planning person who's working with them, and I reiterated the application and all the information. And they indicated that they most likely would want us to move that sculpture by the end of March. And they hope to probably break ground in April, it sounds like. And so their application needs to be pretty prompt.
So when they say they want to place art, do they mean they want to select it and place it rather than us placing it?
So how the program is structured is they have to put the money in the deposit fund regardless. So the 1% of the valuation of the commercial piece of the project has to go into the deposit fund. And then they have to submit an application to the commission showing the art that they would like placed. And then you have very certain criteria that you can evaluate that on and approve it. And then they have to submit it to us to get their money back out of the deposit account for the value of the art. So, and there, I can send out, just because again, it's a new, and obviously I'll be here to walk you through the whole process, but we haven't had anyone apply. So even I had to go back and reread all the ordinance and information because I was like, wow, we've never had anybody say they were even going to do this. So it is kind of exciting, but, it has to be publicly accessible and viewable. There has to be a certain, level of consistency and workmanship. And there are certain things that you can evaluate on. And if they don't spend the entire deposit amount, and they, prove that, then we keep what's left and they get reimbursed for what they've spent. So it'll be an interesting process for us to go through.
It will be. Sam, just out of curiosity, is there a time frame that the artwork would be there, and then are they then given the right to replace it with something else, or it would go back to us to be?
It has to be permanently in place. And then my understanding is if at some point they want to replace it with something else, it would come back through the commission. So there's a lot of policy behind that. And I'll, again, review it. But it is permanent. It's considered a permanent placement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they wanted to place a rotating pad that we would program, they could do that, but we would keep their money. We would keep the deposit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we will get a look at it, but it won't necessarily be on the art walk.
No. Yeah. you would decide. I mean, I think this, again, the first time we've had this, we've had privately placed art on the art walk in the past. So you would really maybe have more of a process and policy discussion as a commission if that's something that you wanted to entertain. It was more way back in the day when we didn't have so much on the art walk, but we had included like the deer at Hotel Yountville and some other things that, the Arts Commission didn't really have purview over. We do not currently, with the exception of the one at the museum, which obviously it's a museum, it has a art tie. But I don't believe we have any other privately placed art on the art walk at this point. So it can be a slippery slope. There is art that is privately placed and publicly viewable right now that I can think of that the commission would probably not want on the art walk. And so coming up with criteria for that might be challenging. So just something to consider. But we can talk about it as it comes forward if we want to come up with, a policy behind that. Does that make sense?
So, as far as placing Muse, I'll send you an email.
Yeah, we kind of bounced around ideas where we could move it to. We've talked to the artist, I think, is in support of us moving it to another location in town, so.
Is he? I haven't talked to him.
He never seems to respond about wanting to come get it, so. I feel like we have a couple of spots we talked about, so.
Yeah, okay.
But we'll definitely get his approval, obviously, too. So, otherwise, all the other funds are fine. There's nothing out of the ordinary happening. You're going to see a lot of money start coming out in March, April, and May around Arts of Control. So, and money coming in as well. But I don't anticipate anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Any more questions? Are you all good? Thank you, Sam.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're going to move to Art Walk. So you'll see two examples of sculpture from Craig Gray, who is an artist from Florida, who was on the Art Walk with orange slices. I don't know if any of you were here then, in Veterans Park. And completely different work. When I saw this, I would never have made the connection. It's a totally different body of work. But I sure like the direction he's going in with these. So you read the note. I'm happy to answer questions. Go for it.
Where were you thinking that these would go? Do you have an intended space?
There are places we could put it. We've got an empty pad along Bellagio. We've also talked about maybe taking a city bench that's owned and substituting one of these for that, if the location was active or good.
Is this meant to be sat on?
Yes.
Oh, okay, just
It's
checking,
granite.
because it looks like a bench, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to be sure that that was fine.
It's granite, so it's very stable, and the books and the elements are drilled into each other, basically. It's assembled on site. He would bring it out. He has a commission in Flagstaff, the end of May, maybe early June. And he would do us then probably after, but that's still a question. So, but he brings his truck and he brings the parts and so forth. He happened to be in Yountville a few months ago with some friends, and he saw the art walk. Now, it's been years since he did the orange slices, and so he contacted, I guess, the email or Sam, or and in talking to him, he said, "Hey, I've been here before." Went into the chamber. The chamber was, here, take a map and show. He loves the chamber. And he said, I wonder if they'd be interested in one of my benches. So he contacted us, which is really nice that a person comes back into town after not having been here and notice what a change in the presence the art walk has. So anyway, like I said, any questions, or?
I think they're both great.
I guess I do have a question, though. Is it, because there's 2 being proposed, do we have to take 2?
No, I'm sorry, I should have said, we will take one or the other.
Okay.
If there's a community use perhaps for
Okay.
one or the other.
Because I think they're really cool, but I was just questioning, do we need 2 because they're very similar in style?
Yeah.
So, okay.
We don't.
Yes, okay. Okay.
I did just want to add that when you upload photos in our system, the orientation gets a little off. So the bench is actually 60 inches long. It looks a little squished because of the photo.
Yeah. Most of them are 5 feet.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, any other questions?
Is it all completed with the, with the book titles and everything? Yeah.
And is it, I watched his video today. He says he customizes it for the community that it's going in. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I would be happy to talk about it at the meeting if you have any ideas you want to bring forward. And if you would like to submit ideas after the meeting, because I know you're just seeing this and understanding it, that's great. We do have some issues with, what seems logical. Restaurants, but not all restaurants stay for a period of time. And who's to say one restaurant goes on and another one doesn't, so you can take that further as to where that might go.
I'm sorry, Rhonda, I'm not sure if I understand what you mean by restaurants.
Oh, you mean like titles?
She's talking
Yeah.
about customized.
Oh, I was thinking book titles. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I was thinking, too,
That
book
was-
titles.
I thought it
Yeah.
was book
So,
titles.
so we're not proposing this bench that mentions Stephen King and already has books in it?
That's in the Stephen King Foundation, yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we would
Okay,
create
okay, I'm
our
better
story.
understanding now, okay.
And,
Okay.
historical figures, but then, again, the opportunity for some marketing and selfies is here if we set it up properly. So Sam and I did talk to Brad about it, and his thought is that perhaps we could look at the AVA of Yountville. So we would have the vineyards that are included in the AVA, which are, Silverado Vineyards, Hill Family, Chandon, Dominus, Cliff Lede. I mean, there's some nice ones that are part of the AVA. And then I think we should go for 12 or 15 books and talk to him. So if we needed a few more in the AVA, we might consider the varietals that we have in the area: Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Merlot.
I have another clarifying question, and I'm sorry if this is being dense, but so what I was looking in here, I thought these were like real books that they were these are actual book titles that have been written.
They could be.
Okay.
They don't have to be.
But they don't have to be, okay.
This is one example.
Okay.
He has several different
Okay.
examples.
Because I kind of really do like the idea of the books being real books that exist, rather than just engraving like an AVA or a vineyard or a winery or something like that, I think.
Would you be willing to work on a list of real books?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
But I think it's also nice to do the AVA and vineyards because we don't give credit to any of that. And so that's the first thing that we would be actually acknowledging our existence. And that's why everybody's here in the valley.
Right. And I could see somebody sitting on the bench and making sure Chandon is showing, oh, we had lunch there, or oh, we went for taste.
And also that would help us by feathering their nests to let them know that we're thinking of them. So I think you're right. You're absolutely right, Rhonda. The PR that we could get out of this would be huge.
Well, and it also supports Yountville and the Yountville AVA.
Yeah.
In terms of marketing. And I think I think that would be a goal, a very important goal for everybody, for the Arts Commission, for the town of Yountville, for the chamber, is to really promote the Yountville
Yep.
AVA.
I think so, too.
It's interesting because you really have the ability to do whatever you want. And so maybe it is a few real books written about wine mixed
Right,
with
like
some other
Winemaking
things.
101.
Yeah, or, the Wine
Wine
Bible.
Bible.
Yeah.
Wine Bible.
And it could be
Winery
some of that
dogs.
with some of
Yeah.
the other, I don't know.
And do we also have to get intellectual rights, property rights, if we use real books like the Wine Bible? Do we?
Sure. But I will say one other thing, just because I can, is the Yountville appellation is not talked about nearly enough. And Sleeping Lady is one of the finest appellation, or finest vineyards, and it's like the new Oakville. So I think that this is a total opportunity to really put Yountville AVA on the map.
Sleeping Lady, there's the start to the list. I like the taller version as opposed to the bench, I think.
Oh, I thought,
I mean, I like them both, but
I think I prefer the bench myself.
I prefer the bench too, but, again, if we approve them both, we'll land on the right piece, I think, for the location, and I can always bring it back to you. So,
but I think this is cool. It's a great concept.
Is it
Now that
possible?
I understand.
Is it possible to approve them both?
to
Put 'em in-
approve what?
Approve them both and put them in
Yes.
different places?
Or an
With-
and/or?
With the understanding that.
Yeah, that's
it
what
would
we
be
were talking
one of the
about
two.
first, but
Yes.
yeah.
That's actually what I'm asking.
Okay.
So
I don't
you're,
have to
so
come
you,
back to you.
today we would be approving the concept or
For both, the bench and the monument.
and then the details about what goes on the bench and all of that will evolve.
Yes.
I think a small group working on that would be really helpful.
Which-
Like you said, if someone would help put a list of potential titles or books together, I think a small group working on that would be really helpful.
We can do that.
Yeah, I don't know who, it would need to be 3 of you.
So PJ and Jeffrey, Volunteer,
I'll
yeah.
volunteer for it.
do you
yes.
want to?
I'll help Jeffrey.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we have to include the dogs in the vineyards.
The what?
We don't have to, no.
No, there's a
Sorry.
book out on our pets, in the dogs.
Oh, the
in
vineyard
vineyards.
dogs, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Vineyard dogs,
Well,
yeah.
the other thing about books is if they go out of print, I mean, that's a hard thing too, so I don't know.
And I'm not sure about the intellectual property thing, like I don't know if he
Not
got
for
that
using a
from
title, I
E.B.
don't
White
think so.
and all of that, I wouldn't assume, but I'll dig into that with Gary.
I guess the question too is, would we need the winery's permission to put on a book?
We probably
No.
should.
I don't think so. Do you think so?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I don't know.
I would hate to have somebody see their name of a book, like the Wine Bible, and say, oh, you didn't talk to me about that.
I'm
So-
talking about the AVA, the vineyards.
The vineyard, the
Okay.
wineries.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
I mean, I
probably should
definitely,
Just notify them what we're doing.
yeah, I'll check with Gary and see. I think, I mean, at very least, a notification, I think, in a very positive way. Hey, you're being included in this. If we don't legally have to ask for permission, we'll at the very least do that.
Yeah.
They would be thrilled.
I would think so.
Yeah.
That first thing that came out of Art Sip and Stroll had Etude on there, and Etude went berserk.
Yeah.
But now it's cut off.
What is it now, Judy?
The Art Sip and Stroll poster
Right.
had one of the 4 tasting circles was Etude, and they were like over the moon about that.
Wow.
But now it's cut. But
Maybe cut on the rack card,
maybe,
but
yeah.
maybe not on the poster, which I have.
Okay. 'Cause,
Oh, good. That's
And-
good to know. If we
yeah, I
don't
mean,
hear.
any publicity is good publicity, right?
So are we agreeing to agree on one format or the other? Not the actual artwork, but whether it's AVA-centric or book title-centric, or are
No.
we?
I don't think we're prepared to
No.
do that tonight.
We're just,
But
we're just,
my understanding is we're
approving the
approving
piece.
the pieces, yes.
there'll
the
be further
concepts of having
discussion
them.
on, okay.
Yes.
It sounds like the small group will prepare something and come back for the
Yes.
commission to approve. And we can include Brad in some of that small group discussion too, just because I think he was interested. So,
I move that we approve both of these pieces for the
I
artwork.
second.
Can we do it in one motion? Okay. With the understanding that it would be one or the other on the art walk. Both sculptures are approved, but it will be one or the other.
Where would the other one go?
No,
No, it's either one.
It's either one or the other.
Or the other.
The artists will get the opportunity to work with us to figure out what we want. They'll make a proposal.
It also depends where it's going, Jeffrey.
I understand
Someplace,
that.
I think-
Sure. But I thought we were approving both of these. I thought that was the,
We are, but we'll probably only install on the art walk, one or the other.
We have a lot of art coming in right now, applicant-wise, and these are very similar. I would say placing one is a good option for now because we just probably got, 3 different artists with, yeah, just for diversity's sake.
Does that make sense, Jeffrey?
no, not yet. Sorry, but why don't we just approve one of them then, if we're just going to have one on the art walk?
Well,
I
it's
guess
possible that one might have a permanent relationship, location. It's not,
Okay.
wouldn't be on the art walk. That's a separate decision that, we don't know. Back.
Not opposed to approving both. Yeah, I'll go with the, yeah.
So technically approving both pieces with the instant of only one.
On the art
That's
walk.
the issue.
And the
That
decision about
clarifies.
piece goes on the based on the pad, based on other
right.
criteria, and
That
that.
be determined.
Right.
Okay.
Both you're saying both would be suitable and more is continuing.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
that makes sense.
You're able to? Okay. Do you need that reframed? Right, so did we have a second?
Yes.
Thank
Somewhere.
thank you. Okay.
In the room.
All right. Any? No. Thank you. Also, just ask that, the art walk, but nothing's fine. I don't want to take them. But we have some things coming up, and they're mostly, there's that motion. And I'm missing something.
It already had Be the Gift installed. We might in the next,
Yeah. It was just Be the Gift, wasn't it?
yeah. We'll have,
Found one, you own.
yeah. Like I said, getting an inflow of applications on art calling great. So something for the review, we'll probably see some movement just internally in a couple months.
We'll talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Free. Ready with the gallery?
After Art Paludo will be in gallery, and after Chaz will be Eddie Piolo, thank you. And I am with both of them working on names for getting some with Caitlin with more of their art. I'm talk with both of them next. Betty will actually meet with me in the gallery next month, and Chaz and I are going to talk Monday. And so anyway, we're moving along with those. And we also have one consideration here on item 10A that they're suggesting that we approve the idea or concept of the gallery for 2027 mustard. So one position, we may combine prose poetry like we do with those in terms of length. Match up photographers and writers to a slightly different show, but that's just the only asking is that we and the gallery submitting that we approve the concept of photo for next year's mustard exhibit. Next.
I guess not.
Can I just say from a staff view that working with Michael is the easiest thing we do all year in the gallery?
Oh, in that case.
He does it all, and I don't want to deep past Caitlin and I much work in this, and he's interested in us as a partner is fabulous, and today's is so. I think that yeah, he just knows the gallery. The shows where we have multiple artists like that are very labor intensive, and so to have Michael's working those artists has alleviated a lot of that from us. I just want to thank Michael.
To move to approve.
Second.
It will be a whole new. There'll be none of the. It'll be a whole new exhibit from the. I forgot.
We get a lot of it during the week from a particular show. I've really been noticing. So yeah, we have people coming through just to see it. Then pretty much this year.
Looks today for sure, and we are coming in to vote today too.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you, Kate and Sam, for the
Yes.
support. I will relay your thoughts. Thank you. There's a motion to approve on the floor?
I thought we
We
had.
already.
Yes.
I seconded. Okay,
Did you
all
get
right.
them, Hillary?
So,
Please repeat those, actually, for the
I
record.
move to approve.
Okay.
And I second.
Thank you.
okay, so then we'll vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Sure. And just continue?
With literary, or, yeah?
So we have begun receiving submissions for the handwritten out loud that will be held on Sunday, March 8th. Oh, it's wrong in here again. Sorry about that.
It's March 8th?
It's March 8th, yes, from 4 to 6. And they're due by next Sunday, February 8th. But we've received several already. I expect some more. Some have expressed some interest and talked about it, but we haven't actually received any more of those. I forwarded those to Mary Kate, will be putting the chapbook together. So that's proceeding quite well. We're working on the bookmark story contest advertising, and we have some out. We need to get, the library is going to put it onto our local librarian here will put it onto the county library website. And we're passing out flyers, and I have done an email to other people who have contributed, and so we're letting people know. That will open up April 6th and go through, June 30th. Similar to actually it's almost the same dates as last year, the same amount of time. And also we're continuing with the Writers Roundtable, Mary Ann Lyon and myself. We had 8 people there last week, and as people are hearing about it, there more are joining. In fact, we had a hard time getting through all the readings last week because everybody brought some, and there was a good discussion about it. So nothing to vote on, just a report of what's happening. Anything else to add or questions? Okay, that's it for me.
Thank you for both, Jeffrey. Both great. All right. So, Noelle, would you like to report on marketing?
In hopes of expanding our marketing even more, Sam and Caitlin and Rhonda and I had a meeting with Visit Napa Valley, and with the goal of trying to find more opportunities to work more closely together rather than waiting for information to siphon down from calendars, from whomever and whatever. And it was a very positive meeting. We were given a lot of contact information, and certainly that personal relationship you have with the team at Visit Napa Valley when you have someone you can really go to. That was all really good for us, and I think it gave us the opportunity and the incentive to really sort of pursue that. Sam, did you want to say anything else?
No, I think it was a great meeting. I did not anticipate that. I thought we were having one meeting with one person, and pretty much their whole team was in there as a very captive audience.
Including Lindsay
Gallagher, which I think was terrific. And we did notice even today, I think in an email, that they said something about Yountville.
Yeah, in an email blast that came out over the weekend, the Mardi Gras was mentioned.
And I also shared some of that information in contacts with Hillary in the Clerk and Communications Department as well, to just continue amplifying that. We're still working through some challenges with because their website has a back end that we have logins to that we're supposed to do stuff in, and I'm having challenges with that still, but working through that with them. So hopefully we can get through that. But I think it was a great intro to really help them to know that as they're actively looking for different ways to market the Napa Valley to create a draw, that the arts is one of them. And we are an active participant and can provide them a lot of stuff to do that. And I do think that message got across. So.
Yeah, and it really gave us an opportunity to shine a light and a magnifying glass and a microscope on what we are actually doing, because I think we all get wrapped up in our own little bubbles, and certainly Napa has art, public art, but I think it really needed to be brought to the forefront what Yountville is doing in the arts, and quite honestly, I feel we are just way at the top of that list, and certainly the town recognizes it. It's so much a part of a marketing and promotion for the town and for the chamber, and I think that just needs to get out there to visit Napa Valley also, because their art is in their backyard. So that's kind of what gets focused on, and understandably so, but Yountville is a very big part of the Napa Valley, in the heart of the Napa Valley, and has a stellar art program. So we really felt good to be able to present that to them. And I think it's got their attention now. Rhonda, anything else?
No, Sam, did they pick up the Mardi Gras off of your entry?
I'm not sure if it was from the calendar entry or the press release or the direct email, but we're just going to hit them from all angles every time and see what happens.
But even if you have it in three places and
It's
three
perfect.
places are not paid attention to,
Yeah.
so it's
it's
really
all good.
great. I think it got their attention, and so when the press release or whatever came in front of them, it was like, okay, we need to get this in there. So fingers crossed.
Will they have the glass hearts, Find Your Heart?
It's in their calendar. I put it in, and then we'll have the press release going out shortly, or did.
It's out,
Okay,
yeah.
it is. Sorry, missed it. I'm not on.
Yeah,
I try. But we can also, I believe that went to their email address, but my thought process is just to continue to hey, just as a reminder, this is happening. So, we should see it, but again, we can only control what we can control. So we feed them the information and hope it gets picked up. So,
Of any of the programs that we do, they singled out that one, Lindsay Gallagher especially, but all of them. Apparently, they come up and look for hearts.
Oh, absolutely. They were asking if they could get some.
Yeah.
In our meeting. Anyhow, I know it is really popular. They brought it up.
Yeah, they absolutely
We'll
did.
continue to play on that. All right, so that's the Arts Commission. The Art Walk, we submitted our article for Napa Valley Life magazine, and it's included here in the packet. They really did a lovely job. We have a whole full page, if you look in your packet, a full page of Art Walk. The article's called The Art of Stroll, a lovely half-page article to accompany. And this is the beginning of many more articles in Napa Valley Life with our different artists. So we're very excited about that.
and this is not a paid editorial.
No.
Yeah, I just want to point that out. It's a lovely article, and it was really through Noelle's great outreach.
I love the title of the article, too. I think it's very fun.
I love, it's easy to see why Yountville is the heart of the Napa Valley. What a great cap that off.
We got a lot of good stuff.
Almost overnight.
Who wrote that?
We were reading those.
Yeah, who wrote that? Good job.
Rhonda and I wrote it, and with a wonderful opportunity. We got all our money in, and we got our photos, and
We need it. When?
and then also you can see. We might as well jump to that right away, that the rack art is completed for Arts at Stroll, jumping all over the place. It has the poster on the front and beautiful. The back is beautiful. The artwork you selected, Rhonda, was really, really stunning.
Does anybody need them?
I'd like one.
Yeah.
You want to pass them around?
Yeah.
If you need any more, or you feel like you have somewhere to distribute them to, just let us know. We have a bunch more as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's that article. And then as for the gallery, the writer has been assigned for 6550, and we're going to have an art of the spring issue on Kimmer. She's our art tip and stroll artist who will be in the gallery. So that has started, and we're really excited about that.
I don't know what that article.
And, one second. And also Napa Valley Life, the writing on Catherine Zimmer. So we've really got Art Sip and Stroll covered all over the place with artists, and then we've got photographs, and really be nice is we're going to have a staff photographer this a professional staff for this year, and someone who can focus on the the kind of the photos we really need for marketing. We obviously have lots of need photos, but for some of our marketing, very specific needs. So that's be a great opportunity. Let's see. And we have got work for our N6557 in the springish. We did have a time at the packet. It's really beautiful. It's point. We'll pass it around. It's sister except horizontal, which was quite a challenge, but Michael stepped up. And we have a beautiful, beautiful ad for the magazine. So we will read a lot of marketing moving forward. And is that everything? I think that's it.
All done.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So was last fall not as visible in all of these places as it will be this year, or?
No, it was visible last year also.
It was, okay.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't in Napa Valley Life to this extent.
That's right.
No, it was not, because it was, yeah, that's correct. We have developed a great relationship with Napa Valley Life right now, so we are really getting some love.
So
And
that could
editorial
really
and
make
photos.
a difference then, right, in terms of just turnout and interest and,
We hope so.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
They do a huge digital support.
Yeah.
I get them all the time. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, they send out selections from their magazine
From the
and their
magazine.
email blast.
The whole article.
And also to supplement that, we will be, as Sam mentioned in our marketing money, we have Good Day Sacramento coming out live to film on April 20th. And one of the segments we are going to do, it's so close to Art Sip and Stroll, will be on Art Sip and Stroll. And we will talk about that and promote it and hopefully share video clips of last year's event and create a really nice piece. Because that whole area is a really nice drive-in area. And if we're lucky, they'll not just drive in, but they'll spend the night. And another wonderful thing is everybody's working together now to have our collateral materials spread throughout town. It's always been a challenge getting materials, these rack cards in particular, to be put out, to be given out, and now we're working with the chamber and of course our Arts Commission and the town. We're all working to try and push more collateral material out there to our businesses, our hotels, our restaurants, so people can really see and be encouraged to come and stay. And so
That's great.
there's a lot going on.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, and as I said, there'll be the Bay, the Sacramento area stocked in all around there. We're hoping a lot of people from that broadcast. We've been really trying to get to that market also. They're 1 hour drive. They're striking distance, so hopefully that'll bring in a lot of people also. And that's it.
Great.
Great. Thank you. Yeah.
Wait a second. You have? Oh no, you have. That's a separate.
It's okay.
We'll get to Linda in a different chapter.
Okay, well, a lot of the marketing crosses over to Art Sip and Stroll, which we'll be having a further discussion, I think, further on. But you can see how Noel has developed those relationships with these magazines. You have to get so far out in front just to get their attention. We can usually their deadlines. It's a matter of attention and having them give us the deadline. So anyway,
And then sometimes what happens is we are so on top of it, we send everything, we send artwork, or we send photographs, and then we get them in so soon that when the deadline actually comes, they say, "Oh, could you send the stuff?" And I sent it already. And then we have to send it again so they have it in front of them. But that's okay. Those are good things to have to deal with. But it's funny.
well, great, thank you. Thank you, and performing arts, busy group.
Yeah, we have a bunch of good stuff to share. We've plugged in the dates for the summer concert series. Thank you, Sam, for getting all that together. You can see those listed there. Those are all Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. We've submitted tentative list of acts and kind of outlined the top 5, but we have some alternates just in case some of them aren't available. So Sam and Caitlin are starting to sort through that.
Caitlin can update. I think we're pretty close.
confirmed
Yeah.
for
right.
all the dates.
For all the ones on our list?
There was one exception that wasn't able to attend, but we're filled for
Which-
all of the spots.
which one?
The BG.
Okay.
The BG group.
Okay.
yeah.
They're a little out of our price.
I
They're
figured
out
they
of our
were, but you
price
know what?
range.
I'm going to shoot for the stars, so.
He was really nice, though. He was like, "But let me refer you to some people," which we just added to our list for the future. But yeah,
Okay.
they were a little.
So were we able to get the unauthorized Rolling Stones?
Yes,
We
they
were.
are the last performers
Okay,
for the
that's
music
so
series.
great. Okay, so. and
We'll send
then-
an email out to you with a list with the
all the
dates, and then
lists.
we're
Okay.
working on the summer rec guide now, which
Okay.
is when it'll be public. so.
I'm so happy. That's great. And then next, and you'll see a photo in your packet, Judy made these amazing props for us to use in the Mardi Gras parade.
Adorable, Judy.
So
You're
cute.
just darling.
She's the creative genius.
The only problem is that the truck that I have is it's not metal. It's probably plastic or fiberglass. So trying to get these things to stick on it is a challenge, so.
Could we hold them in the bed in the back?
We could, but, I mean, we figured it out last year. We'll figure out something
Okay.
this year, so.
And Linda and Rhonda have volunteered to
Yes,
join
I
us.
saw that. And in addition to them, we have the 4 people that helped last year. They asked me specifically, can we participate? And I have 3 new people that'll participate. And everybody's going to wear costumes and get all ready for it. So it should be good.
I love it.
I know. I don't have a costume.
I know, I was going to say, what kind of a costume?
We'll wear beads. We'll have.
You'll have beads and you'll be sitting in the decorated truck. And it'll be pretty.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm up for that.
crazy.
I'm definitely up for that.
Your little painter's beret,
And just so you guys know, so last year it was such a so many people there, and we ran out of our supplies. And this year Sam got us more, and she found supplies we were supposed to have last year. But we're also, if you're in the truck, you'll be throwing candy and beads. So
Awesome.
the people walking will give out the art palettes, because you can't throw those, because you could take somebody's head off with those. So,
Okay.
we'll just be passing those out, all the people that are walking.
yeah.
I'm
I think we
worried
have
now, Judy. I
I think we did 300 of those this year, so you should have
Okay,
double
that's
what you had last year.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
And
Well,
I'll organize it so that some people will be dedicated to the end of the parade and some will be at the beginning. So,
and it looks like Mother Nature is on our side as well, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
That Samantha can do anything.
I know.
I wish I
Mother
could
Nature
control the
like
weather.
this.
We do have rain coming in that next day. So
All right, well, okay, all right. Okay, and, oh, go
Are
ahead.
you going to tell me? I'll be driving us. All those details. You don't have to tell me now, but where do we go and what?
if I send you out an email, you could forward that.
yeah, I'll
Okay.
forward you the email, but you will have to park somewhere and then walk to the location. We don't have our location yet, so we meet just,
Or get dropped off.
yeah, yeah. Or get
There's just not
dropped
a lot
off.
of parking down there.
Well, you were there the first year, you know.
It's been yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I got dropped off. I won't be able to get dropped off this time, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure out those things.
Yeah, and what time and all that you want us.
Yes,
So-
we have to be there by 12:30. So I will probably get there about between 11:15 and 11:30. And I'll have some refreshments for us. Little cheese tray.
And why?
What?
Okay, well, moving on, we have scheduled Wednesday, August 5th for our Legacy Roundtable Series event, tentatively entitled The Art of Hosting. We're still kind of working out the details and what this will look like, but we expect that it will follow much the same format of our previous roundtables where we have 4 tables that each seat 10 and a different presenter, speaker at each table.
I think it sounds like so much fun.
I think this
I
one
think
will be
it's-
fun, interactive.
It's a
and-
different audience you're approaching than, some of the others, but
And I will tell you, one person who's committed, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun, is Ivy. And so I want her to teach people, we'll talk to Sam, but getting some templates like of crabs or whatever, so you could make your own menu. And Ivy is amazing if you've ever taken anything from her, so that will be,
so each table will have like a different focus.
yeah.
Yes.
That's fun. Yeah, that's fun. You can always pick up new ideas and that. So.
Yeah, so excited for that. We have also scheduled Friday, September 11th and it's actually not our second annual, it's our third. How time flies. Wow. Right? Gosh. So we're considering several films. We've listed them here, but then Judy also added, they're not on the list, French Kiss, and what was the other one, Judy? Wine
Wine Country.
Wine
That was the
Country.
one with all the girls, Amy Poehler and them. But that's probably too new. But French Kiss was in the 90s, and it was Kevin Kline. And
That's such a fun movie.
it's a fun movie. And what's her name? Meg
Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Ryan.
So, and if anyone else has suggestions or thoughts or anything, obviously they're certainly welcome. We just are putting together a list and we're kind of, reviewing and just trying to figure out what might be the most fun and the most appropriate, trying to keep it lighthearted and entertaining.
So some of them, like Wine and War and Wine for the Confused, those can be a little heavy, and they're more like sommelier-type movies. So that's why we're looking at something that's more for the general audience.
That's a good idea.
A good year would be good for that one. A good year, or French Kiss, either of those.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Jeffrey.
I was just saying, I think a good year of French Kiss would be much more kind of entertaining wine movies that people would enjoy.
Okay.
Fun.
Noted. Thank you. And we also have scheduled Friday, October 2nd for we are calling it Dancing Under the Stars event that will be held out in the Community Center Plaza. So more details to come on that, but we've got that date. Anyway, we've got all the dates inked in for everything.
Do you have a tentative time for that?
We did originally, and I forget what it was, Sunset, because it's based on Sunset.
Yeah.
So
Right. So,
we'll get that to you, Jeffrey.
yes.
7-ish.
Is that when the sunset?
In October, early October, it's still like around 7.
Or later.
Probably. I don't know. I'm going to guess like maybe
Maybe
7:30 to.
I thought we
10
looked
or
at it. I
something,
thought it was
but-
a little earlier, and we were
Yeah.
thinking maybe like 6:30 we could gather, and then.
Can you share a little bit more about it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Judy, do you want to?
Yeah. So.
We're actually meeting this week to kind of go over some
Well, just
some
the
more
broad
things.
strokes,
But
what you're
yes,
thinking.
So we've got a great DJ.
Yes.
And we're going to just do, a Dancing Under the Stars, and we thought it would be fun. I mean, we did some of those dancing in the community center, but Under the Stars in October would be beautiful, and it would be something where people walking by would see and get excited as well. And so it's totally free, but we'll have people pouring wine and stuff. But, just come out and have fun and dance.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll do some string lights and make it look really pretty and magical.
And what
So
about the entertainment zone, too?
Yeah, the entertainment zone. We're really going to push that off publicly with the Art Sip and Stroll. So just so if you're not aware, the town under the ABC has designated Washington Street as an entertainment zone. And so even now you can take a to-go cup from the registered businesses and stroll Washington Street between noon and 10 p.m., I believe it is. But we haven't really pushed and marketed it yet, but Art Sip and Stroll will kind of be that big touch points
So people can walk
with an open
on
container.
with an open container.
Yeah, it's a designated glass that they have to wear or use. But yes, in theory, yeah. And then you'll start to see more cities following suit. I'm hearing like Healdsburg and some of other cities are starting to look at that as well. So
That's great.
Times change.
yeah, for sure.
So the stars are the stars, not
Yes. Correct.
okay.
Yes,
Got it.
it's dancing under the stars, not with the stars.
There you go.
But you never know what star could show up.
Well, I
never
think
know.
you're one.
Do you have any in your info? I'm sure we do.
So I think that concludes our report.
Bravo, you guys. These are so much fun.
Yes.
And I know the community will appreciate them and see how much fun they are. And so easily accessible. So thank you for your work. It's great. They're all fun. We don't need a vote on anything, right?
No.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
We don't give you guys the chance.
I know,
to
we
vote.
just proceed until
Do what we want and
apprehended.
ask for
I like your
permission
style.
later.
Doesn't always work. Okay, so if you're complete, we'll move on to the mustard celebration. Sam, do you want to? I understand the chamber's happy.
Yeah, so Caitlin and I can kind of recap. Caitlin's here now, so I don't have to stay the whole time. But I believe they sold just over 200 tickets, and the check-in, the way that we kind of rearranged things seemed to go really well. And the crowd size, I believe, was much more manageable than in years past.
Yeah.
I think we learned a lot about metering food out and things like that, and I didn't hear any complaints.
No, not
So,
at all. Everybody was very happy with the whole thing,
Yeah,
including the chamber.
What about you?
absolutely.
Yeah, no, great.
Yeah. And I think that, as long as the artists are happy, I don't have, in Michael, of course, and you, the gallery subcommittee, I don't have really any preconceived notions on how we're going to move forward in the future, but we can talk about it if we want to continue the event as one, or if we want to do a gallery opening and a mustard celebration. There is interest from Jessel and the overarching planning committee. We received an email at like 6 a.m. the next morning saying, we want to expand next year. And so my response was, we have to kind of assess and talk first. So, part of the thought process as well is the chamber's contract is being renegotiated currently. And so, I'm not sure how their involvement will stay or not. That's kind of undecided. And then if that is the case, then, do we pick it up? And, I'm not opposed to some sort of, expansion, more vendors and stuff, but I'm not sure if it fits within what our interest in it is, which is really to promote the art.
What about the town?
Yeah. I mean,
Town stepping up if the chamber is,
yeah, no, I mean, the town will be stepping up. But, as far as Yountville Art's role in a collaborative event, or if it's just the town doing a mustard celebration.
The mustard celebration, and maybe we should meet with Julie when
Yeah.
we get all this. But Julie has had a vision of a store. And she wanted to do it this year. And I wasn't really involved. You and Natalie were working out the details. But there was a beginning of a store that she set up. And that it seemed okay. But she wants to do a store.
where
Here?
was the store?
So it was in the back of where the vendors were set up.
Oh, okay,
so
where
it was
she
a
had
store.
multiple.
Okay, got
or
it.
something, yeah.
Yeah, so her proposal was like start earlier and use the generations room to hold more. But I'm not sure on a weekday if that really fits. So she really wanted to do like a vendor event, like our holiday market. And I'm not sure if that's really the direction we want to go in. So But we can have the small group get back together and obviously with the chamber and discuss what that might look like moving forward. But the format worked this year. It was well received. It's just, is that how we want to continue? I don't know.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. It was so well received, and you really, Caitlin, Sam, you planned it so well, the way the ticketing went on the side of the building, so you didn't have people being checked in the gallery.
Yeah,
And
they were great.
so I think the takeaway is everybody saw what a success it was and is, and wants to continue to find ways to make it
Yeah.
more successful, whether for more groups in separate entities or joining forces, but I think
I feel like the scale of it this year is
It
really
was
appropriate for Yountville, and I'm not sure I'm sold on making it bigger. So,
exactly. It was crowded, but you were not literally standing with
Yeah.
people in your face, which was last year's event.
Yeah.
You kind of had to step outside. It was so crowded.
So regardless of the chamber's, role or not, we're prepared to take on the footprint of what we did this year, as arts in the town, staff support. And the chamber obviously is always there as a business supporter with helping us get wineries and things like that. But if we decide that we want to grow it and morph it, then we'll have to have those conversations too.
Samantha, did we have more people attend last year than this year? Okay.
Yes, they sold more tickets ahead of time, and then they continued the day of, which I think is how it got pretty crammed in there. So I believe we were at 180 pre-sale, and I think we only got to right over 200.
How much of a bump was there in tickets this year, ticket prices?
I don't think it changed.
It stayed the
The
same?
only thing that they increased was the door price went up by $5. It was $30 at the door and $25 in advance. Yeah. Yeah. And so you might not remember, or I don't know if we said it, but every artist in the show got a complimentary ticket, and then their guests had to purchase one. And they all seemed to understand it. They were, going around and checking in, and so it worked pretty well.
You can thank Michael for this.
Repetitive messages and people at the door, and yeah.
From what I understand from Natalie, she suggested, and I think we did it last year, we didn't do it this year, but we opened the gallery show half an hour earlier, like we normally do, 5 to 7. And this year we opened it at 5:30, which was the same time as the chamber event. So I thought that was a good reminder and a good suggestion. I don't know why we couldn't do that. And that would give the photographers who aren't going to the chamber event time to see it, talk, and then leave, or stay, whatever they choose to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we could absolutely do
something
that.
else to consider.
Did you want to talk about Find Your Heart under Street
Yes,
Celebration
I
as well?
do. So the distribution of the hearts has begun. Judy and PJ are next weekend, and Brad and Noel the weekend after that. And for those of you with short memories, I wanted to remind you again your day, having done this 3 or 4 times before.
If anyone has an issue or is ill or something, we can help.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not assigned this year, so I'm happy to help.
Everybody has it. And you'll notice the other thing, or something that's different this year, I think they get prettier every year, and Janice did just a really good example. They're all different colors, they're all different designs. I think those are the same. I really do. They're nicely shaped. She pays a lot of attention to the shape of the heart, which is kind of important. And then Janice, being Janice, she also gave us, I don't know, about 10, I think, extra. We needed 8 of the big hearts in different colors. So you each, in your bags, you each will have a big heart, and yes, it's intended to give away.
Yeah. Oh, look at that with the butterfly. Stop it.
They're all so cool.
They are very cool. And then for Noelle, who does the mustard, Janice did really a beautiful yellow heart with some millefiori flowers, and it's really pretty.
Can't wait to see it.
So you all have 35 hearts this year is the way it worked out.
Okay.
And
So Rhonda, I'm not on the list. My date was February 22nd.
And I was going to say, I'm on there twice. I should just be Sunday, February 8th.
So, okay, Jeffrey, what day are you?
I was taking PJs, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think I put down the 22nd.
I thought so.
But I can do it
So
either
was it the
day.
20th?
Either. Just let me know
21st.
which one.
Okay, sorry, Linda.
Which one do you want to do?
I can do either one. What do you want?
Which day?
22nd.
The 22nd?
Yep.
Okay.
Sunday.
I'll do the 21st.
So is the intention with 35 then you want us to hit every single piece of art?
Only on the Art Walk sculptures. And you can start anywhere you want
Oh, on the heart,
on the Art Walk.
artwork sculptures.
You
So
can
they
start
go-
at Vandeleur, you can start at
On or around.
anywhere you want to start.
Or in them.
Do all the
I
hearts
thought
get
they just hit
taken?
them anywhere and you had to
Yes.
like, search a few
Yes, they
bushes.
do. You have to be careful because people do watch. So you have to.
Midnight.
I go out late at
Yeah.
night.
I did last year and I got followed, so I came back the next morning.
Really? Wow.
Uh,
I did too. I had to duck it. I went in my office for like an hour because this lady was following me. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. So you just have to be aware. They're very aware of you. I know. But thank you, Linda, for pointing that out. I'm sorry I did that. Any other questions? You have total freedom. You can put them someplace obvious. It's nice to tuck them in here and there, but they want to be found, so you can't get too esoteric about where you hide them.
Right.
And we don't want to know. I mean, I don't want to know where you're putting them. None of us want to know where other people are putting them. That's part of the game. You get to put them anywhere you want to.
Just dress like a cat burglar.
Well, Cindy captioned when Cindy was here. Cindy gave us all mustaches and berets. Yeah. So anyway, it's a fun project, and I hope you all enjoy it. Okay. So, Art Sip and Stroll, Sam.
Yeah, we are cruising along. So, tasting packages went on sale yesterday. You may or may not know, but February 1st, and it actually went on sale Friday because, we don't work. I didn't work on a Sunday. But we've sold 3. It's very exciting. We have not been marketing, so that's not a surprise. We are up to 80 submissions for artists, and their deadline is not for another 2 weeks-ish. So we'll continue to push out probably one more email blast to our artist list and reminders. But Caitlin's been working with anybody who has difficulties and following up with those who may have not have finished their application. So it's looking really strong. There's quite a few new, which is always exciting to me. So we have a meeting on the calendar for the subcommittee to meet in jury. And so I did invite you to that, but you have not accepted it. So I'll follow up with you on that.
Okay, I don't know that I saw it. Do you know offhand what the date is?
Caitlin will look it up for me.
February 27th, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. We can always zoom you in. Well, let's talk.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yes. Oh, go ahead.
I thought we moved it to the beginning of March.
I thought so too.
Oh,
Let
did
me
we?
look.
I thought
That's right. We did talk about that, huh?
Because I'm just coming home from a vacation.
I'm also
on
out
the
of town.
27th.
That's right. I remember that.
I did a hold on March 5th from 2 to 4, and I invited you guys.
I think I have it down.
So,
Oh, I do see that
Okay.
on my calendar.
perfect.
2 to 4, March
Yeah.
5th.
Hopefully that works. But prior to that, you'll have almost 2 weeks to do your online jury. So,
Okay.
yeah. And then we'll meet in person and go over everything.
So we'll place our votes, and then we'll talk, and then we can still change them once. when
Oh,
we talk.
absolutely. Yeah, when we talk it through, for sure. I have reached out. There's been a change in staffing at the estate, Yountville, so I'm just reconfirming that we're all set before we confirm all of our artists. I don't anticipate that that's changed, but, we're discussing with the new people. But otherwise, I think we're in really good shape. Caitlin has already sent out the request for wineries to everyone from last year and is working with the chamber next week. When they get back from a conference, they're going to send that out. We talked about giving a preference to any of the Yountville tasting rooms first, because we did have a waiting list last year. We had more wineries than we took. So we talked about giving preference to Yountville wineries first and then opening it up. And so I think we've gotten a couple of responses so far.
Yeah, we have 4 confirmed wineries.
4 confirmed.
Yeah.
So last year it was a flood, as I
Yes.
recall.
Yeah, we took 20 last year, and I think we had another 4, maybe 2, 3, or 4 that had inquired after. So 20 is our goal. I think that is more than enough for the space we have. And there is we did increase the tasting package to $50 this year, and they get 5 tasting tokens. So, I don't think anyone will bat an eye to that. So you'll start to see a lot of the marketing ramp up now that the ticket tasting packages are on sale. And then once we get the artists confirmed, and we'll start all of that, which they all get their page on the website, and we do special posts, and we'll really start ramping all of that up. So did I miss anything? And we're going to work through musical acts, and the layout will most likely be the same, but we just discussed wanting to have music in more than just the one area again. So we'll talk about how to make that happen. And PJ already has her list of potential acts for that. So we'll work through that. But I anticipate a very successful year again. So thank you.
So I have the proof of the poster, if anybody would like to see it. It is proof, so there are changes and tweaks still being made. And I don't see a toot on that, Judy.
It was the third one that got cut off. That's okay.
No, it's there.
It says
It's on the
Supre.
poster.
Oh, okay, good.
I wish I had known, because we could have put all yours on.
No.
We've tried to keep them local participants from last year.
Oh, okay,
Right there,
yeah,
you'll
you can
see.
it.
Oh, cool.
The rec card only had, I think,
2 columns.
Yeah.
But the poster has more. And like I said, there's some tweaks that we're making to the art, but it's basically there. I love it.
Beautiful poster.
The paper, that's just a proof paper. They won't have that high gloss. And Catherine will sign like we always do. We haven't ordered them yet. And we have time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you move on to Linda to end, can I just add one thing that I forgot? If some of you volunteered last year when we hosted Unidos Middle School, so we are hosting them again March 23rd and 24th, which is a Monday, Tuesday. So if you are interested in either or day to lead a group, usually you lead 2 groups a morning on an art walk tour, so 20 kids and then their teacher or chaperone. So it was a lot of fun. We learned a lot. We're going to approach it a little differently this year, but I do need volunteers to help lead tours. So if you're available and interested, it's Monday, March 23rd and Tuesday, March 24th. They bring 100 kids each day. So I need at least 5 volunteers. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, those dates aren't going to work for me this
That's
year,
okay.
but
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Jim has already agreed, and
That's good.
but I won't have Cindy because the walking is still a challenge. Steve did it last year, Rogers. So
What time is it? What time of day?
usually 9 to 11. You take 2 groups, one on a 1 hour-ish tour.
I could do the Tuesday, the 24th,
Okay, great.
Thank you.
9 to 11.
Yeah, we'll send out a confirmation too.
Is Jim in the parade?
No.
Just curious. Okay, so anything else, Sam? Not for me. Okay, and Linda is going to tell us about the Community Foundation. That's right, Thank you for your notes, by the way.
The Community Foundation meets 4 times a year, and this January, the biggest thing for us was reconsidering whether or not we'd open the application again. We actually have $50,000 to give out for the grants, And this past year, we approved 3, which left that we had a balance of 28,000 change left over. So we were thinking we'd like to use all the money, so we're reopening a submission for grants for reimagining Yountville. And so when Sam was given the people who were denied, should say, not approved last fall, she's given them information about what they needed to do to improve their grant. So we're hoping that they will resubmit. But also she's putting out the media so that other people in the community will know that we have monies available. And so we can give up to $28,000. And on your paper, I've given you the time frames for when it's opening and when it's due. And the board will actually approve the grants on April 24th. So it's a quick turnaround time. And one of the things after we've opened the grant application for this year, for 26, we're going to review the guidelines for how to write a grant to make it easier for people to be able to give us a year-end report, which targets what their goals were and what the objectives were and what they accomplished in addition to the monies. Okay. So we're going to be working on that in the future in April. And then the administrative items we covered, we had 2 former grants from 2024 come forward. They didn't use all their monies, and they were asking to be able to have the unspent funds being applied to continuing with their grant. So the first one was a Yountville Forest Garden, and they requested a carryover of $1,700. I mean, it's $1,070. And the reason they had money left over was that the town had given them more trees than they had, so they didn't have to buy them all. So they had extra money for that. And they're going to use that to go ahead and to improve their storage facilities. Because right now we're in the process of trying to figure out how to keep everything really safe and clean. So we've approved that. So that was good. And then we also had the second grant came for request for continuing their funds. And this is for the Yountville Holiday Dinner Party. And they were requesting a carryover of $6,536. The issue we had with that particular grant, we give the grant to the project, not the individual. And the individual that was in charge of that particular project told us in his evaluation that he didn't have enough time to do the Christmas holiday party. He could only do the Thanksgiving holiday party. So that's one thing. He didn't really meet the goals of his grant. That's the first thing. And the second thing we saw was that for the Thanksgiving party, he only spent $3,000 some, and yet he was asking to carry over $6,000. So we really suggested, and he had ideas about what he wants to do differently. It's a whole new grant. So we denied that carryover funds and are encouraging him to apply for this coming year to go ahead and do that. So that's where we are. Questions, comments?
I really appreciate the report because it's great to know what's going on with all of these grants, and they're people that we see every day or people that we experience. I didn't know the COOP was so successful, and I think it's fantastic. It's doing that kind of a job.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it, Linda. Thank you. Noel, did you have anything for the chamber?
Just something that just passed. This past weekend was the Yountville.
Make sure you turn on your mic.
Oops, thanks. This past weekend was the Yountville International Short Film Festival, which is definitely the arts, and I know it was a huge success again. It's such a wonderful event. It's bulletproof, no matter what the weather. You can go if it's raining, and they really do a lot of wonderful films and events around it. So that's something always to look forward to. And I touched a little bit on in my marketing report how the town and the chamber now, everyone is going to be really working together to be placing collateral material in the hotels, businesses around to support the events. So fingers crossed that'll keep going on. I know we're going to be working on getting these rack cards out to hotels and businesses. They're so beautiful. They're small, but they're full of information So that's something that's really important, that everyone's going to be working on moving ahead.
Right. Thank you both for the time, not specifically on the commission per se, but for representing us at these meetings. Okay. Any other commissioner comments or anything? I don't think so. Well, I mean it sincerely. I think I say this at every meeting, but you guys are just amazing. I think we all feel very lucky to have each of you on the commission. So thank you for all your work.
I am so impressed with each one of you and all the hard work you do and how much activity you have going on. It's kind of like you're juggling. Everything's up in the air and everything's happening just beautifully. And I'm just so pleased to be able to be part of your team.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Linda. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes,
we adjourn.
I move.
I second it. One of us did one did the other.
That's the quickest motion we ever have. Okay. So it's been moved and seconded. And so all in favor of adjourning the meeting on February 2nd? Aye. Any opposed?
Sure, I oppose. No, I'm teasing.
I was like, that is hard, though. Be careful.